Hello, Satnam, it's me, Shakti Sundari, back with you today for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. I'm super excited today. This is the first chance I've had to do the reading, and it's just really interesting for me to notice how excited I am to finally get around to doing the readings. It's like it's become something that I look forward to so much. I was just thinking about that, like how much am I looking forward to doing this? How excited am I about doing this? It's like I'm looking forward to this more than I might look forward to a big piece of chocolate cake or something. Like I'm looking forward to this more than I would look forward to having an ordinary conversation. It's amazing, isn't it? I just feel this great excitement and joy and delight and anticipation to read this sutra to you today and to myself. Yeah. So hello, welcome, Satnam. So today we are on Yukti verse 95. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so here we go. Yukti verse 95 from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Here's the Sanskrit. Kshut adi ante bayeshoke kavare varanatrute. Kutuhale kshuda adi ante brahma sata maye dasha. And I'm going to just read it a second time. Kshut adi ante baye shoke gavare varanatrute. Kutuhale kshuda adi ante brahma sata maye dasha. Hi, Luz. And here is the English translation. So I'm just getting to the English now. You haven't missed it. Ravenous with hunger, exploding with joy, sneezing uncontrollably, burning with desire, reeling with amazement, staggered by grief, fleeing from danger, desperately lost. Intensity awakens, wild attentiveness everywhere. Ride the shockwave inward to touch the great self, the power from which you arise. Woo! Maybe I'm feeling so excited and hyper and joyful today because the verse is about intensity. I don't know. It also really touches upon stuff that I've been reading and processing and pondering upon lately myself, particularly especially some stuff that I've been reading today about how to process strong emotions when they arise in a way that leads us back to love and teaches us more about ourselves and about how to live from a loving space. So this is perfect. So the first part of this verse is all about different states of intensity of being that we might experience. Ravenous with hunger, you know, not just a little bit peckish, but ravenous. Exploding with joy, not just a little bit happy. Sneezing uncontrollably. I love sneezing. It's one of my favorite things. I love to sneeze. It's just such good fun. Burning with desire, like burning, not just feeling a little bit of attraction, but burning with desire. Reeling with amazement, staggered, like staggered means you're literally almost about to fall over, by grief, fleeing from danger, desperately lost. I felt desperately lost. Bloody hell, I felt desperately lost in the last few weeks and other times in my life, like desperately lost, staggered by grief. You know, we know these experiences, these human experiences, at least if we allow ourselves to feel we do. I guess there can be times, or there can be tendencies amongst people to not allow ourselves to feel these extremes, these intense aspects of humanity. But they're there, they're present to us. So all these different states and many others of intense feeling response. And then the verse says, intensity awakens, wild attentiveness everywhere. So in that moment of intensity, your senses are heightened. Wild attentiveness. So that can sound perhaps a little bit scary, a little bit crazy, a little bit out of control, a little bit feral, primal, instinctive, right? You know, and these emotions can come from a very instinctive place in our brain, in our being. But they all present us with an opportunity. So here's the opportunity. Ride the shockwave inward to touch the great self, capital G, capital S. So the suggestion that the great self is divine, sacred source, God, goddess, whatever you want to call that, within. Ride the shockwave inward to touch the great self, the power from which you arise. So there's two things I want to say about. One is that intensity stems from your divinity. And also that intensity can be a gateway to your divinity. When you feel that desperate loneliness, when you feel staggered with grief, when you're exploding with joy, all of these intense moments are opportunities for divine connection. So, and they come from source. But the way I'm reading this as well today is because I've been doing a lot of research and self-exploration to understand some really strong emotions that I have been experiencing and that I experienced in relationship when I was being triggered, like fucking crazy triggered, you know. And these emotions arose in me that were wild, so powerful. They were all consuming. And it's like, then we have a choice as to what we do with that. It's like, do I blame the person that I'm in relationship with? Do I do something to numb out and run away? Do I shut down? Do I avoid? Or do I feel fully what is and then take that into a process of inquiry with my divine self, with my higher self, as to what it is that is needed in this moment, and bring myself back to love. And when I do that, that's when I access the infinite flowing, ever-present, unconditional love that is always there in my heart and in my being. That's taken me to a full stop. That's taken me to a full stop. I think that's all that needs to be said for today. So the invitation is, next time you experience an intense emotion, an intense state in your being, whatever it is, and you're in that heightened sense of awareness, and it could even be taking you into a place of shock. It mentions shock wave, right? If you're able to then just bring in your awareness to notice and take it inward, to touch the great self within and unlock the power from which you arise. That's it. Beautiful, yummy, delicious. Enjoy this meditation next time you sneeze. Lots of love, Satnam, and join me again tomorrow for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras.